something, I hadn't thought about that saying in a while, but I feel like it's something that really is important for these times for us to remember, that while we might not be together physically every day, I think we are still very much connected, especially through all of these classes. So I think just keeping in your mind that it's super important for us to keep connecting to each other and that we really are all in this together. So yeah, just a little saying for y'all to keep in your minds. Going off of that, I want you guys to take like 2 minutes and I want you to write down, let's say 3 things that you're grateful for right now in this moment. Can be anything you want, can pertain to anything. Okay, let's see who's here.
Sarah, I made you co-host, so you can unmute anybody and you can spotlight anybody as well, but I can also help you.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. That's great. Okay, Ashton, can you share something that you wrote?
I said I'm thankful, excuse me, for my parents, Zoom, and the ability to dance and be healthy.
Awesome. Okay, cool. Mute you back. Okay. Also, this is my first Zoom, so if I'm a little like shaky at it, I'm really sorry, but okay. Let's see. Carly, can you share something? It can only be like one thing or whatever you would like.
Yes, I can. I'm grateful for like having like a good, like loving family.
Awesome. Good. Okay, let's do one more. Kate Beckham.
I'm grateful for my friends and family.
Awesome. Okay, good. I didn't see all of Ida's class, but I saw just at the very end, it seemed like she talked a little bit about gratitude and stuff. I think it's super important to like approach this time with that. So yeah, okay. Go ahead and y'all can set that stuff to the side and then stand up. Most of this class will probably just be me probably like standing up here and talking y'all through things. That way you can hear me better. Also, I'm going to send a link to a playlist in the chat. I think it'll just work better instead of me trying to talk over music in here. I know that sometimes the audio gets kind of funky. Y'all can either play your own music in the background, or if you want to play this playlist, that's totally fine too. I just feel like that's going to... Oh, Kelsey, were you asking who wrote the quote? I'm not sure. One of my friends just shared it one time. Okay. Is that okay with y'all with the music? I just feel like that will be better. Okay, so go ahead and stand up. You can put your papers just by the side. And you can take like 10 seconds. You can set up any music if you need to. If you have like another device to play it off of, like phone or computer, whatever you're not using, go ahead and do that, and then we'll get started.
Hey, ladies, make sure your video is on for us. Thanks. Oh, there we go.
Okay, good. Go ahead and stand up once y'all are ready. Also, I have notes with me, so that's what all this is. Okay, we're gonna start. Let's just come into a standing position. Are y'all like getting music figured out? Okay, so most of this class today, kind of like I said, it's just going to be based on listening and following along. So just try your best to stay alert and keep your ears open. If you don't catch something, that's totally fine. Just keep moving and following along. And if something kind of like goes over your head, it's no problem. Just try to hold on to like as much information as you can. Okay, let's say, okay, most of us are good, it looks like. Okay, cool. Okay, so coming to just a standing position, you can face any direction. Let's close our eyes, really grounding your feet into the floor. I want you guys to start by visualizing what you wrote down that you're grateful for. Keep all of those things in your mind. And we're gonna take 3 deep breaths. On every exhale, I want you to think about sending out that gratitude to your space, to your family, to each other. So let's take an inhale and exhale, send it out. One more in and release. Really visualize all of those things. And let's do one more. Deep breath in and send it out. Okay, keeping your eyes closed, we're just gonna start by bringing awareness to your fingers, just waking them up, stretching them out. Try to keep all of your other body parts still if we haven't incorporated them yet. Okay, so just starting with those fingers, finding all the different ways that you can move them. And then let's move up to our hands and our wrists. Good. Up to the elbows. Keep everything moving that we've already added. Keep thinking about that weight dropping down into the ground. Good, up to shoulders. All parts of your shoulders, forward, back, shoulder blades, all the different ways you can move them. So now we have our whole arm incorporated, but don't forget about those fingers. Don't forget about everything else. Okay, now take it to your chest. Try to keep your head still, yeah? And eyes closed, good. So chest, and adding in your spine. Good, rib cage. We're starting to move down the body now. And take it down to your hips. So now we have everything, chest, spine, ribs, hips. Legs are still planted. Now you can drop it down to your knees. Good, you guys. And let's take it to our ankles. And finally to your toes. So now you can pick those feet up, make sure you're using all of the mobility you have. Good, so now let's add in our head. If it's been still before, which it should have been, yeah. Good, and now start to open your eyes and bringing some awareness to the space around you, becoming more mindful about what exactly it is that you're doing, the movements that you're making, trying to be intentional about them. And returning back to that idea of gratitude, having gratitude for the fact that you have a space to dance in right now while we're not in the studio, regardless of what that may look like. It's still so cool. We can all have class together, yeah? Okay, now that everything is moving, like I said, try to be more mindful about what exactly your body is doing. Yeah, so you can give some extra attention to places that need it. Use this time more as a movement-based warm-up and less thinking about like cool improvisation, yeah? Good, and pause. Okay, good. Whatever shape you're in, I want you to think about expanding it until you find like a stretch. that you can sit in for a minute. Just keep expanding until you find somewhere that feels nice, and just sit into that. Stretching out after class. Good, and then finding a new shape to keep expanding from until you find a different one. And just keep playing with that for a minute. Don't be afraid of pauses. And if something is particularly sore, don't be afraid to sit into that, yeah, for a little bit longer, for however you need. Okay, good, go ahead, freeze, shake that out. Okay, now we're going to start, you're still gonna be moving the whole time, but we're gonna start by finding a shape, and whatever shape you're in, you're going to think about expanding and extending that out as far as you can to the point where you reach the maximum limit, and then you're gonna contract out of it, and then make your way into a new shape, and reach so long that you can't go anywhere else but back inward, yeah? So just play with that. Let's all find a starting shape. And then you're gonna begin to grow it outward, expanding and extending out as far as you can. Good, so try to find the limit both of the expansion and the contraction. So you have so much length within your body that it has to rebound and come back in. And start to play with more levels. Try not to keep them all on the same level and plane. So you can go to the floor. Good, Tori, there you go. Keep going, keep reaching. You should be using lots of resistance here too. And reach. And in, contract. Good, keep going with that. Don't forget about your head and your focus. Make your eyes aware of where you are. Don't cut off your movement because you're forgetting about your eyes. Yeah, that can help you lengthen out. Good, let's go for 10, keep going. 9, even longer. 8, 7, 6. Good, this is still, yeah, moving through different shapes. 5, 4, 3, reach as long as you possibly can. 2, and big contractions. 1, last one, reach it out. Good, and in, okay, relax, good. Okay, now we're gonna go into, I want y'all to go back to your standing position that we started in. We're gonna play a little game where I'm gonna give y'all 2 body parts, and our objective is to never have them facing the same direction. So they're not allowed to be pointed to the same place. Even if it's by just like a millimeter, try to have a difference in where they're going, yeah? So we're gonna start with chest and pelvis. So I think a lot of the times when we're improvising, we get really stuck in thinking about like, and I do the same thing, just like our arms and legs, when it will be really helpful for us to find new pathways with our movement by thinking about kind of splitting our midsection in half. So we're gonna start with chest and pelvis. So your goal is to never have your chest and pelvis facing the same direction, yeah? So we're just gonna start with that. So go ahead, play with that for a minute. Chest and pelvis, different directions. And let's say right now for this first little set, we're using a high volume of energy, yeah? Let's start to pick up our speed a little more, switching faster, chest and pelvis, different directions. Okay, freeze. Now we're gonna add in our face. So now we have chest, pelvis, face, yeah? And keep going. Being super aware of what's around you, eyes open, making sure you're actually seeing your space, chest, pelvis, and face. Good. A little bit faster tempo. Always switching those directions. Good, you guys, keep it up. Okay, good. Pause. Y'all can relax. Okay, now we're gonna take it to, let's say, shoulders and knees. So let's say when we say shoulders, we mean like the front of our shoulders, yeah? So now we have shoulders and knees. And instead of taking it more like long, I want you guys to think about how fast can you switch your direction of both of them and at the same time have them always going somewhere different, yeah? So same thing, just playing with that on your own time. Shoulders and knees first, just those two. Good, different directions, Miley. Picking different places. Good, there you go. Okay, good, now add in your face to this one. So now we have shoulders, knees, face. Keep those eyes open. Good, Alexa. Good, and pause. Nice, okay. Now we're gonna take it to fingers and toes. So I want you guys to think about all the different articulation that you can have with your fingers and toes, yeah? So now those are all going in different directions. The rest of your body can still be moving, but have everything directing from those points, and they're not allowed to face the same way, yeah? Try to think about actually your fingers specifically and not just your hands as a whole. Same with your toes. Good, keep going. Good, Taylor. Okay, now adding in your face to this one. Fingers, toes, face. You keep that energy up. Energy going out through your fingers, toes, top of your head, eyes. Okay, good. Pause. Okay, we're gonna take it, y'all can relax for a second. We're gonna go through each of those sets again. So we're gonna start with chest and pelvis, and let's go ahead and add the face right away. But this time I want you guys to think about taking the energy down and having less movement. So really thinking about being more deliberate about what you're moving and being super aware of what's moving. It's okay if you want to take it a little bit slower. Just really try your best to work through the task and be aware of where your body's facing. So instead of thinking like, oh, I'm just improving, I want y'all still through your improv to think about like, okay, so my chest and my pelvis are here, and now I'm gonna shift them so that they're here, and then shift, but my face is also, yeah, so I want you to be more mindful about exactly what you're doing, and you can use less energy, smaller movements, yeah? So we're gonna start chest, pelvis, and face. Same thing as before, just explore that on your own for a minute. Good, Ashton. Good, now same idea, let's take it to the shoulders and knees and your face, but still smaller movement, more deliberate and clear about exactly where those body parts are. Shoulders and knees. Good, Annika. And the face, don't forget about the eyes. Don't let the head drop. Good, good levels, Kelsey, good. Don't be afraid of even smaller movement. Good, you guys. Now last one, fingers and toes and face. Same thing, fingers and toes. Different directions. You should know at all times exactly where these body parts are. Good, just a few more seconds with this. Keep going. Good, you guys. Okay, go ahead, shake it out. Let's take 1 minute and y'all can grab some water and then we'll move on, okay? You guys look great. It's so fun to see you guys through this. So cool. Okay, let's take like 20 more seconds and then we'll get started. Are you guys doing okay? Thumbs up. Okay, good. Okay, are you guys good? Okay, go ahead, stand up. Okay, for our last little like task thing today, I want you guys to look around you. I want you to select an object that you can like visibly see, but you don't have to be able to like hold it. You just need to be able to see it. So it can be any size, any shape, any of that. Just look all around, see what you got around you. It can be something really tiny. It can be anything at all. But just make sure it's something like super specific. You know what it is and you can see it. You guys, do we all have one? Okay, cool. Okay, so our goal is essentially to embody these objects through our movement. So we're gonna add on to this in different layers and talk about the different, what each of the different layers are and all of the different ways in which something can be embodied. So we're gonna start simple and just look at the physical appearance of it. So I just want you to look at your object and notice what color it is. So along with that, what kind of color is it? Like what kind of mood or feeling would you say is associated to it? I know some of you with me have done like work with colors before, so kind of along that same line. Is it like, try to assign maybe like a mood or an emotion to what that color is. So maybe it's like bright or dark, or happy or sad or light, any of those, okay? And then I want you to think about what it would feel like if you were to like take on that emotion or tone of the color. So if you were to like, so say my object is like yellow, and with yellow I would assign like it's bright and happy and light and all of those things. And then if I were to think about like my whole body being filled with that color and like completely trying to embody it, like how would that direct my movement? So we're gonna start there, start pretty simple. So I want you guys to just start your movement just based on that kind of emotion or feeling that you've assigned to your object based on its color. Yeah. So go ahead and you can just play with that for a minute and then we'll add on to it. Good, you guys, keep going. Keep all of your focus on that. Try not to think about your movement. Try just to think about that you're embodying the essence of this color. And whatever movement happens will just be a natural result of that. Okay, good. Good, come on out of that. Okay, adding on to that, I want you to look at your object again and notice the shape of it. Maybe what it feels like. Is it circular? Is it sharp? Is it soft? Any of those kind of characteristics that you could assign to it, which could direct your movement. So maybe if it's like, I don't know, some kind of circular object, now your objective, we're adding on to it in layers. So you're gonna still keep that tone that you had associated with it before, and now we're gonna add on any of those traits that you think apply to it. So the first one was more of like an emotional or kind of just like feeling based direction on where to go, where now is more of like keeping that feeling. This is actually more so like directing what your shape should look like. Yeah. So maybe it's something that's really sharp or something that's really rigid, or the opposite. Maybe it's like a couch that's very like soft and yeah, does that make sense kind of? So now we have both of those ideas to work with. So just adding that onto it and then go ahead and start to play with that. So the overall tone of how you're dancing should still pertain to the color, while now more of your shapes and your actual movement is directed by, yeah, good, Emma. Try to keep your focus on your object too as much as you can. Beautiful, you guys. Good, keep going. Good, a few more seconds, keep going, almost done with this one. Okay, good, relax. Okay, you guys look great, good job. Okay, last one. Now we're gonna go beyond the physical appearance and think more about what the purpose of that object is, or like kind of like what it provides to the space. So maybe it's like a table who the purpose of that would be like to be sturdy and to hold things up. Or maybe, I don't know, if you had like a lamp, it would be like the purpose is to produce light. Or maybe it's like something to give comfort or joy or anything like that. But just take a second and kind of think about, if you were this object, like what do you think the greater purpose is of it, and what do you think it's kind of doing to like serve its job? And then once we have that established, we're gonna add that onto everything else. So at this point, we should be fully embodying it kind of like in every way. And I want you to try to keep all of those different levels in mind. So not losing that like original kind of intentional base that you set for yourself. And then we still have like our movement quality, which is assigned by kind of the shape of it And now we have kind of like, how can you, I guess this third one kind of applies to the first one. It's just like kind of more of a deeper level. So how can you try to fulfill like the purpose of this object through your movement? You know, that's kind of like a lot maybe, but just taking it one step further. Let's work on that. Yeah, so at this point, we're kind of like at like the full form. Yeah. So go ahead with that. You guys keep going even farther. Good, 30 more seconds. Keep going, almost there. Try to use all of your energy to communicate what this object is. At this point, you should really feel like you are the object, yeah? All the different parts of it. Good, let's go for 10, 9, keep going, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, get it all out, 2, and 1. Good, relax. Okay, good. Come take a seat real quick. I want a couple of us to kind of demonstrate where is
Who are you looking for, Sarah?
Tori. Where is she?
She
Okay,
is right
Tori,
here.
can you kind of show us what you were doing like at that very last stage? Okay. Should we unmute her, you think, for?
We can. Do you have music on or in your earbud, Tori? It's in her earbud, Sarah.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay. Don't worry about it.
Just go ahead. Just
Yeah, I want to watch. Okay, good, Tori, good, yay. Okay, come on over. Okay, now can you, sorry if you're kind of out of breath. Can you tell us, hold on, can you tell us kind of what your object was and then talk to us about like the different characteristics of it that you were trying to portray?
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah,
Okay, my object was a picture frame, and I was kind of going off of, because like the purpose of a picture frame is to like hold a piece of art, but it also kind of is very pretty and a piece of art in itself. And the one I was looking at has a lot of like swirls and kind of is an infinite picture, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
And so I was trying to like keep my movement like fluid, but also be like holding something.
Yeah, that's awesome. Good job, Tori, so beautiful. Okay, let's see. Kelsey Stroh. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, can you dance for us?
Yeah.
Okay. Go for it whenever you're ready. Okay, Nick, Kelsey, good job. Beautiful. Okay, will you talk to us about your object and the things that you were like thinking about with it?
Yeah, so what I was trying to think about is kind of supporting and really stretching, because mine was a yoga mat. And I feel like a yoga mat like supports people from like hard surfaces when they're doing yoga. And I was also trying to stretch out, because yoga, like you really stretch out in yoga. And so, yeah, that was mine. And then it was like a dark color, so I was trying to like be heavy, yet at the same time a yoga mat is smooth and kind of bumpy, so I was trying to make like a heavy, smooth type of.
Yeah, that's awesome, Kels. Good job. So good. Okay, let's do a couple more. Emma McWilliams. Let's see it. Hi.
Music in my ears, is that okay?
But that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, good, Emma. Good. Good job. Okay, talk to us about it.
So mine was like a picture frame, and it was of, I don't know, like Notre Dame University. It had like a picture of that, and I was kind of thinking about like the nostalgia that like pictures can bring to people, like if they've been there, or if they've like experienced it. So I like kind of like thought about like how like the emotions that like pictures made people feel, and like how it can make like bring back memories, or like make people feel emotions.
Yeah, awesome. Good job, Emma. It's funny y'all both had picture frames. Okay. One more. Ashton.
Yes.
Your turn.
Okay.
I'm a fool for that shake in your thumb. I'm a fool for that sound in your song. I'm a fool for your belly.
Okay. Good, Ashton. Okay. Tell us about it.
So mine was this cute little tree outside my window, and I was thinking a lot about how the branches come from one individual trunk and how they can reach to like infinite amount of space, because they have the branches and then they have leaves. And then I was also trying to think about how a tree is moved by outside forces. So it's coming from something around you, not necessarily from inside of you. And yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. Good job. Okay, y'all all look great. Can you guys grab your journal or whatever you were like writing on at the beginning? Just grab that notebook or whatever real quick and we'll just do a little something before y'all are good to go. Okay, first I just want y'all to write down one thing that you're proud of yourself for in the past week. I know it's been kind of a funky week all around, so one thing that you're proud of yourself for. It can pertain to anything, dance or regular life. And then underneath that, I want you to write down one goal you have for yourself in this upcoming week. So one thing you're proud of and then one goal for yourself. Grace, what is one thing that you're proud of yourself for?
Especially this week, I'm proud of my commitment.
Nice. Awesome. Okay. Let's see. Rachel Glover, what's something you're proud of yourself for?
I'm proud of myself for like since our lives have like really been changed and like we don't go out really anymore, and like I'm proud of myself for being able to persevere through it and like take these online classes and like do schoolwork from home and all that.
Yeah, what y'all are doing is so great. It's really, you should all be so proud of yourselves. Madison.
Can you hear me? Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, you're good.
I'm proud of myself for doing things that I normally don't have time to do that I've wanted to do that are productive.
Yeah, good. That's awesome. Okay, let's see. Kate Bailey, what is one goal that you have for yourself next week?
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
My goal is to keep being productive and become even more inspired by everything around me.
Awesome. Good. Reese, what's a goal for you?
Can you hear me?
Uh-huh.
Okay. My goal for this week is to put my best foot forward in everything I do, whether it's school or dance and family and all that stuff.
Yeah, good. Awesome. Okay, let's see. Arden. Okay, what about you?
My goal for this week is to like find more calmness and like throughout this whole like changing experience and stuff, and just be on top of things and like have a productive mindset.
Yeah, awesome. Good. Okay, one more. Megan McAdoo.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, so
my goal for this week is to just not be so hard on myself and to do the best that I can with what I have at the time. So with the space I'm working with and the situation, I'm just gonna persevere, like someone else said. You know, we can.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay, good. Well, it sounds like you guys have some good things to work on. You're all done. Thanks for being here and for dancing. I miss you guys so much.
Thank you, Sarah. That was amazing.
Oh, thank you guys. I love y'all. I hope I get to see you soon.
Thank you.
I'll see you back on here.
Oh, that was Phoebe. Sorry.
That's okay. Okay, well, you guys are here. Actually, wait. I want to take, will you guys just give like, just like wave at your camera. Okay, good. Okay, y'all are so cute. Okay, well, you guys are good to go. I hope you have a great week. I'll see you guys soon. I love you.
All right, you guys, you're finished. Thank you, Sarah, for an awesome class.
Yeah, have a good weekend.
Yes, have a great weekend and enjoy the sun that decided to come out just now.
Yay!
Dancing. It was rainy this morning. All right, love you guys. And hey, before you sign off, will you just put your name in the chat so I know who was here? Thank you. Just put your name. Beautiful.
Where'd you find?
Thank you so much, Sarah. You're amazing.
Bye, guys.
All right, bye, you guys.
Love you guys. Bye.